Hey everybody, it's Angel from Halo Inspirations. We give you inspirations to help you spread beauty and joy through your quilting journey. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Whoop whoop. Yes, we are here to chit chat. Today is all about the next type of batting, because I'm breaking the different battings up. I did an overview. I talked about 100% the last time. This month I'm talking about 80-20. Absolutely, 80-20 batting. And let me say, 80-20 batting is both for Hobbs and Quilter's Dream. I don't know about all the others, and I apologize for that, but I just don't have enough experience with them. But it is their most popular batting. So we're going to dig into 80-20 batting. Now, again, the questions when you're deciding what kind of batting to use, the questions are really, really important. And I'll put a link. Oh, I hope it's over here. I didn't wear my band. I think it's over here. The link is up in the corner. The overview did talk about the questions you would ask yourself, but we're going to dig into 80-20 batting. I do have notes. I do have samples. I do have things to talk about, and I am going to talk about both Hobbs and Quilter's Dream because I love them both. Now, I am finding myself more partial to one than the other, but there are reasons that I use one versus the other. And so we're gonna talk about this. I know batting, right? You're like, Angel, really? Yeah, really. I love batting. Batting really does justice to your quilt. Depending on what you're looking for and what you want to accomplish, batting is so important. And it's like thread. It's like fabric. I love batting too. I really do. And I hope that comes across to you, my passion behind this, because it's the meat of your quilt, right? It's in the middle of the two pieces of bread, and it just really enhances your quilt in different ways depending on what you're looking for. So this month though, we're talking about 80-20. Okay, so what does 80-20 mean? That's probably the first question. 80-20 means that it's 80% cotton and 20% polyester. So you're already hearing that it's not 100% natural fibers. There is some man-made fiber in it, the polyester, but it can do a lot of great things for you and, not some great things. So, couple of the good things are that it's more durable than just straight 100% cotton. So if you're going to have a quilt that's going to be washed a lot, you may want to use 80-20. It's got a little more strength with the polyester. It allows it to be washed more. Everything is good to go. The other big bonus is that it costs a little less than 100% cotton. We all love to save money so we can buy more fabric. And especially if you're doing, a charity quilt or a quilt for your not so special person. Some people like to use a different type of something that's not going to cost, break the budget. 80-20, it's a little bit cheaper. So those are right off the bat two really big positives to 80-20 batting, okay? Now, when we talk about them, with Quilter's Dream, they do shrink a little bit because it does have 80% cotton. So the shrinkage with it is about 1 to 3%. And I do believe that's about the same as 100% cotton. I'd have to look, but I do believe it's about the same. But it's somewhere in between, and it's probably on the level of less than, because you're still going to get some puckering. So if that is a bonus for you, if you want some of that puckering, it can offer you a, it's still going to pucker. It's just not going to be quite as much puckering. Okay. Then with Hobbs, their shrinkage is 3 to 5%. And I got to be honest with you, I do think that it's still that same range with their 100% cotton. The difference is it will, they can't determine exactly how much. So they give this range. But the idea is that because it does have 20% polyester, which has more durability and no shrinkage. If you did 100% polyester, you'd have 0 shrinkage, okay? So because there's that 20% in there, you're going to have just slightly less puckering. But you're going to see it. You will see some puckering with 80/20, all right? Now, another thing, another advantage is they come in multiple colors. Now with Quilter's Dream, they come in white, which is their bleached, and they come in natural. Those are your 2 colors, and they only offer it in the mid loft, which is the most popular. Okay, so that is their select. And we talked about that last month. I actually showed you some different examples of the different lofts, and it's only offered in that medium loft or mid loft of select. And it's only offered in the white and the natural, okay? But with Hobbs, they also offer it in black. So that is another advantage if you're looking for some 80/20 to work with black. Now, why do colors matter? Colors matter because if you have a quilt that uses a lot of white fabric, a lot of light colors like yellows, bright yellows, light pinks, pastel colors of blue, even pastel purple, that white batting will allow that to, keep vibrant. If you don't want to put a black batting on a white quilt, and apparently, now it doesn't matter to me, but apparently if you do the natural color, or the beige color of batting, it may dinge it a little bit. Those colors may be dinged. Now, I don't see a whole lot of it, and I'm okay. It doesn't really affect me one way or the other. I don't really care. Of course, I'm not doing a show quilt either, right? But if it matters to you, you want to look at those whites battings, those bleached or white batting, if you have those really pastel light bright colors. It'll help keep it vibrant. Black is useful for dark colors. Black fabric, dark blues, real dark blues, right? Real dark purples, those really dark colors. It'll help keep them dark. If you put a white batting inside, number one, it may penetrate a little bit through, but it'll also potentially dinge it. So I think it's a real advantage that Hobbs offers the 80/20 in a black. The only 80/20 with black, no, they don't offer it. Quilter's Dream only does it in straight polyester, but we're going to talk about that, and I'm really excited about it, but we're going to talk about it in a future video. But if you're looking for that 80/20 mix in black, Hobbs is definitely the way to go. All right. Now, as far as their loft goes, when Hobbs says, well, for Hobbs, they say it's about an 1/8 of an inch plus in loft on their 80/20s. And I did talk about Quilter's Dream says their mid loft or their middle, I think it's 4 ounces. They talk about ounces. Hobbs talks about inches. What I think, to be real honest with you, they're very, very similar. When I hold them up together, as far as thickness goes, They're so close. Now, one of the differences is with Hobbs, any of their 80/20s, their quilting is 4 inches apart, okay? Whereas Quilter's Dream, 80/20, 8 inches apart. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. And I will say, I think that, not that I don't know how much this really matters, but I find that Quilter's Dream is a lot softer and supple, opposed to Hobbs, but it's in the middle. Now, as far as drape goes, I'm going to experiment with that in the future. I want to see the differences in their drapes, but I bet they're very similar. I really do. It's still the same consistency that they work through. Now, I will tell you with Quilter's Dream, there's still no scrim, no glue, no risins, nothing binding all of that, right? It's just straight 80% cotton and 20% real micro polyester fiber that is put in there. With Hobbs, it is resin bonded, so that helps give them more strength inside their 80/20. So there is a little bit difference inside of that. With them, because Quilter's Dream, it's just straight fibers is all you're getting. 100% straight, 80% cotton, 20% polyester. And it's a high quality at that. So I wanted to mention that. Now, because each of these do have 80% cotton, like we talked about, does absorb some more moisture, so it does help make you it's really good to keep you cool during those summer months. So if you put those 100% cotton or 80/20 inside of a quilt, because we do have that cotton that it wicks that moisture in, you are going to find that it helps keep you cooler, and not sweating like a stuck pig and being ugly hot like we talked about. So that's a very, very good bonus. Now, I will say also that Quilter's Dream does offer a 70/30, 70% cotton, 30% polyester, and it's really great for machine quilting because it has a lot more strength to it. And it's probably, no, it is their only scrim based product on the line. Okay, so it is scrim based and it's only offered in the mid loft. So I wanted to point that out though, because 70/30, guys, come on, that is fantabulous. So some of your disadvantages, again, it's not 100% cotton, and if you have somebody that's allergic to polyester, wouldn't recommend using it. But it's not, if you are a natural person, this is not your batting, okay? It does have the shrinkage still, because we still have a lot of cotton in it. So if you don't like that puckering, this is not the product for you, because it's still going to pucker. As far as creases go, it will still hold creases. You know, when you fold up your quilt, right? You fold it up, you put it away in your closet, in your storage area, wherever you're putting it. If you have it all folded up, if you put your quilt like that for an extended period of time, they get those creases, because cotton does have memory. We still have 80% cotton in there. So there is some memory of creasing. It's just going to be slightly diminished, okay? Now, as far as that goes, throw it in a dryer and see if you can get rid of some of those creases. I mean, sometimes that works. Best line, we're going to do a video on caring for quilts, especially with some of these memory type that have creases. We're going to talk about how to, in the future, we're going to talk about really about how to take care of your quilt and the best method so you don't get some of these things, right? So, but according to Quilter's Dream, you can throw it in a dryer and dry it out. Okay. I haven't heard that from Hobbs, but that doesn't mean it's not the same. I mean, it's still 80-20. So I would imagine you can still throw it in the dryer and get rid of those creases. I will say that Quilter's Dream does say this is not recommended for tie quilting. So 80-20 still is not recommended for tie quilting. Can you do it? Probably so. But they're just not recommending it. And I did talk about 4 inches of quilting with Hobbs, and it's still 8 inches apart for your quilting in Quilter's Dream. But that 70-30, guess what, guys? 12 inches. Woo! Gotta love that. Now, as far as care goes, like I said, these are really durable. Well, I shouldn't say that. They're more durable than your cotton 100%, okay? And Quilter's Dream does specifically say it's a cool wash and a warm dry. That's probably the standard across the board. This type of batting is really good if you're going to do those charity quilts, or you're going to give it to somebody you're not sure how they're going to take care of it. This is a great batting to use because it is more durable than just 100% cotton. So now I want to say they in 80-20, I got to look because I believe, I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah. They also offer the fusible. Now there's a couple things I want to talk about with that. And it is the idea that with Hobbs, it's sprayed on. So you've got on the top and on the bottom. So both sides have their adhesive adhered, okay? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And the idea is that, and you put it, like, let's say that you're doing, naturally, if you're doing a quilting, generally we use 100% cotton for our topper and 100% cotton for our our backing. So you would set your iron for whatever it is that you're working with. You have it placed in between, and you're going to press, not iron, the 3 pieces together with that fusible batting in there, and you're just going to hold it for about 7 to 10 seconds, okay? Once you're done, you need to check to see if it's stuck. If it's not sticking quite well, you need to hold it longer. That'll help you determine how long you really do need to hold that batting. It is, with Hobbs, their fusible is water soluble. So what does that mean? When you get your quilt done, you throw it in the dryer, in the wash, and the dryer, it goes away. Okay. Another brilliancy, but like everybody knows that has ordered Hobbs, when you get it, a lot of times they have a lot of wrinkles. And with some batting, you can I don't spritz mine with a light spritz of water. I don't do that, but a lot of people do. They just spritz it a little bit, and they might throw it in the dryer for a little bit to help get the wrinkles out. Now, I do throw it in the dryer. I just don't put any water on it. With the fusible, you can't add the water to take the wrinkles out, and you can't throw it in the dryer, because what is it that adheres? It's the heat, right? You put the heat on from your iron to make it stick. So you definitely can't throw it in the dryer. That would be a hot mess. So no water, because it'll get rid of the stickiness, and no dryer. What you need, or it's the preferable method, is just lay it out, put it over something, put it over your dining room table, put it over your shower curtain, a rod, somewhere where you can hang this massive piece of batting and allow the wrinkles to fall out. That's going to be your best advantage for the Hobbs 80-20 fusible on both sides, okay? But please do not spritz it with water, not even a fine mist, because that'll take the stickiness away, and don't throw it in the dryer. Oh my gosh, you'll cry. Oh my, you'll cry so bad. So, and think about this. That also means when you go to press it to adhere it to the two layers, the topper and the backing, when you've got that in between, don't use steam. It's got to be dry heat because that water is going to take away from the stickiness. The adherent is not, it's water soluble. So if you add steam, it's not going to adhere correctly. So it's real important that you use that appropriately. So Quilter's Dream uses a webbing way of doing it. It's only on the one side, and you do use your iron on the wool setting, okay? And you do still place the iron on the fabric and not on the actual batting. So that is still the consistency that, just like on hobs, the difference is they don't use a spray, they use a webbing mechanism that allows you to adhere to one side of it. And it is only on one side, okay? And because it's webbed, that's what makes it on one side. And when I don't have any, so I've never played with it. I'm going to get some samples so I can play with it. But they apparently put some kind of, it's really hard to tell the difference. So they do give you an identification. I think it's a sticker that they put on that batting to allow you to know which side is adhesive, okay? Which works really well with a lot of projects like bags or clothing, garments type of thing. Different craft projects that you may want to just adhere to one side. So there is an advantage to that. But if you're doing an entire quilt, just know that only one side with Quilter's Dream Fusible is available for adhering. The other side won't. So that's one of the bonuses between Hobbs and Quilter's Dream. Hobbs is two sides. Quilter's Dream is one. Okay, so that's really I've got. I just wanted to pull you in. I'm showing you, all I have is Quilter's Dream, Hobbs samples for this. But here is their black 80-20. Notice my little sticker. And it looks blue on my camera. I don't know what it actually looks like for you, but this looks blue. It's actually dark purple. So that's why I really enjoyed using this 80-20 batting. And I'm going to show you some loft examples here in just a second too. Same batting. Now the camera doesn't do justice. I will tell you that this looks a little lighter than this does. Well, maybe you can tell. It's hard in a camera to really see that, but this is actually the fusible that I used, but they don't have it in black. So I just went with it to try to get an example done. And y'all are going to see these later because this is actually part of another video series. Hence why you've got different sizes and stuff. But this is your fusible. This is your black. And that's, I mean, it does great. It looks absolutely beautiful as far as I'm concerned. And then this would be natural. I had to look at it. It is the natural, and it quilts really nicely too. It just really is a great batting. Now these were all Hobbs, and I'm going to pull up. I don't have a sample besides on a little card, so I will show that. But I wanted to show you the loft more specifically. So with your 80-20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, here is unbleached Nope, cancel that. No, it is unbleached actually. Yeah, okay. So here is your unbleached. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, it's hard. I'm going to turn down the light. Give me just a second. I think that's, okay. I think that's better. So, I mean, there's your 80-20. It's pretty nice loft, if you ask me. And it's the same for Quilter's Dream. That is basically what you're going to see for your 80-20. There's many differences to include 4 inches versus 8 inches, but it's about the same loft. Here's your black, which is amazing. And this black is, in fact, bleached cotton. Not bleached, dyed cotton. They dye it black, and the dye for this black is dye fast, so it does not bleed. They've done plenty of testing, and I know that's really hard. That might be a little better, but it won't bleed into any of your fabrics. So that, I know that's really important, and maybe a question that you may ask. This is your bleached version, very white. And sometimes it does look a little thicker, but that's just because of the bleaching process is all that boils down to. And then last but not least is your fusible. Okay, here's your fusible. And I will tell you, it feels different than your normal 80-20s, but that is due to the adherents that they put on there, the spray that they put on, so it will stick to your cotton. But those are pretty nice. They actually are very, very nice battings. And the only thing I have really for a comparison, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I'm hoping. Oh yeah, you can see it. Pull this in here. I'm trying to get it where they're equal. Oh, here we go. This will be better. They truly are equal, roughly, right? They look about the same as far as the loftiness. So that is your 80-20 batting. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, guys, don't hesitate to ask. Now, I do know I have some fusible hobs, 80-20 fusible hobs in the store. And I do know that I have 80-20 batting of Quilter's Dream. I don't have any black. That is for certain. And I will say, within the last month, we've sold a lot of batting. And so I've placed another order with Quilter's Dream. There is a time period, but don't hesitate to keep checking, or maybe the size you're looking for is absolutely there. So, but we do carry 80-20 Dream, and we do carry the fusible Hobbs 80-20. So if you're looking for some, come out and try it. I think you'll be very, very happy. But that is it for this week. I will tell you next week, we've got a special small project, quick and easy. I believe because of a lot of the responses that I get from you and the way that we all been communicating inside YouTube or emails or various other methods, I think y'all are going to like this. I hope you do. So I look forward to next week. Well, I can't wait. It's just, like I said, it's a small project, quick and easy. And, but until next time, I will be here, or not here. I keep saying that, guys. I will be on Facebook Live at 3 p.m. today for a live quilting and answers, or a live Q&A session to talk about any 80-20 questions that you may have, because we have some awesome quilting cherubs that come along, and man, some of those questions are on point, and it helps all of us when somebody asks, because we all may have the same question, right? So we're doing our live Q&A at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, as I'm here in Virginia, on our Facebook page, which the link is in the description box down below. Looking for some batting, go ahead and check out our website and our shop. I'll put that link down here, but I will also have it in the description box for you. But until next time, guys, I can't wait to see y'all next week. May y'all continue to be inspired, productive, and ever so joyful. And never stop believing or making your dreams in quilting come true. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Thank you for stopping by. See y'all soon.